The Seventh Amendment ensures that every citizen has the right to a jury, and I'm here to defend that right here today. A jury is extremely important to the American society as it provides a system with more checks and balances. Checks and balances restrict the power of one branch over the other, making sure one branch does not have more power than the other. And the judicial branch is special in the fact that it allows an ordinary citizen to take part in it every day. As in every day there is a jury out there deciding the fate of one of our fellow citizens. So the judicial branch is one of the only branches that allows an everyday citizen to actually take part in the government and to make sure that all the other branches are taken into check and are balanced out. As we can see that any regime that tries to enforce tyranny onto its citizens, the first thing they do is try to eliminate a trial by jury. We see this was done in Nazi Germany when Hitler established his Nazi courts because a jury had not found a citizen guilty for burning the German symbol. As he was not found guilty by a jury, Hitler knew that the only step he must take was to enforce his own courts onto society and onto their citizens. Stalin did the same thing. The first thing he wiped out through the society was juries in general. As we can see, that Vladimir Putin is doing this today, slowly and steadily taking away the rights of a jury, doing it so where people don't notice, but eventually will eliminate them. As the United States cannot take this action themselves, we must make sure that the United States, like other modern countries, allows its citizens to have the right by jury. The right by jury came into place in England when the Magna Carta, sorry, I can't pronounce it. The Magna Carta limited the power of the monarch, allowing its citizens to take part and really restricting the power of the monarchy. This also happened in France due to the Declaration of Rights of Man, and it allowed citizens again to take part in the courts and not to have a monarch rule over them. So government tyranny is the one thing that we must fear as citizens, and the jury allows us to fight back against government tyranny. Whatever problems a jury may have, whether it be racism or a bias towards an individual, it cannot be worse than the government having complete control and establishing its tyranny onto its citizens. Also, the United States is often looked upon as its courts are often looked upon as, they're looked upon as disrespectful in the form that anyone can sue for any reason, and a lot of jokes are made through the international community about that, but it's something that we should be proud of. For example, the McDonald's case where a woman was suing McDonald's for having her coffee being too hot may seem ridiculous, and it was made fun of through the internet for a long period of time. However, that case was special in the fact that that coffee was simply too hot, and it did burn her skin, causing her to have medical bills that she needed to pay for, having skin replacement. And while a jury could be more sympathetic than a single judge, that is why it's important for a jury to be in the court for one of those examples, where the jury sees cases throughout the day, day in and day out, and may not be as sympathetic as a jury whose only court system, whose only court date may be around that time. That's why juries are important, because they provide sympathy to the people that are actually being tried, other than as a judge may see it as just another case. And with that, we should have the trial by jury.
Thank you.
Bryce and Hayes, you guys want to visit with
Christian, man, good job. Very good. And when someone is speaking, for me, it's kind of, she was saying that, we love to hear them engaging the room. And I'll just start off with a little bit of critique. Don't have a ton, man. But I think, with your speech, I would encourage, engaging, the whole room, a little bit of movement, a little bit, changing your spot within the room. But man, great job. The examples you used were incredible. They were it. For me, when I hear somebody talk, I can have selective hearing sometimes. But man, your examples brought me in. It made me think about what you're talking about. You looked at the topic in a very intriguing way and a different viewpoint. You came at it from a different angle. Man, that was great. Talking about Stalin, Putin, all those guys. That was awesome. That was really, really good. And looking at it differently was awesome. And so, man, you knew your stuff. You knew what you were talking about. The other thing I would say is just maybe slow down. Just let those points hit, man. When you're talking about the Nazis, when you're talking about Stalin, those are great points. Those are great examples. let them sit, let them hit, and let them kind of absorb what you're saying. But man, Christian, you did a really, really good job.
Thank you.
Hi, Christian. I thought you did a great job using history across the world to tie to a very relevant topic for today's speech with the references to Hitler and Stalin. But I was most impressed that you tied it to a present day event with what's going on in Russia and why we can't, as a country, go down that path. You did a great job using relevant events that are well known. The McDonald's coffee incident, I think everybody's probably heard of that. So you did a great job using a very relevant example to tie into your theme. And I would say again, with what Bryce said, just it's easy for us to sit over here and say this, but relax, slow down. I caught you doing it a couple times, taking a deep breath to try to slow yourself down. So I think probably in your head you knew that you were speeding up a little bit. That's a common tendency. Focus on that going forward. But I thought you did a great job.
Good job.